SDG17, the Big Questions. Where did it begin?
Did you know that in 2015, world leaders adopted the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development?
Yeah. It aimed to end poverty and tackle inequalities while combating climate change. That's quite ambitious.
Absolutely. They wanted to engage governments, civil society, and even the private sector in achieving the Sustainable Development Goals.
It's fascinating how development as a field emerged after decolonization. It really shifted focus to the Global South's economic prospects.
Right. And during the 50s and 60s, many believed modernization should mimic Western countries, which led to tied aid.
But that approach caused a lot of debt for developing countries, complicating their ability to provide for their citizens.
Now, there's a focus on capacity building, helping individuals and organizations gain the skills they need to support themselves.
Exactly. Like in water and sanitation, understanding barriers to access is crucial for effective resource distribution.
And then there's official development assistance, or ODA, which measures international aid flow. It's an important indicator.
Yes. The UN recommends 0.7% of a country's GNI for ODA, which must be provided by official agencies to promote development.
Currently, Sweden, the UAE, Norway, and Luxembourg are leading in ODA by percentage of GNI. That's impressive.
And let's not forget about South-South cooperation, which is a way for developing countries to share resources and technology.
Exactly. This cooperation is enhancing development prospects and fostering solidarity on issues like environmental protection.
Why does this issue matter? Communication is crucial for us to work together, especially in developing regions.
Right, and did you know that access to affordable internet is still a huge problem for many people?
Yes, I've read that in developed regions, 1/3 of the population is online, but only 1 in 10 in the least developed countries.
That's a significant gap. Plus, data shows that more men are online compared to women.
Exactly, and to improve transparency and participation, we really need to get everyone connected.
Building capacity is essential too. In 2014, ODA for capacity building amounted to $23 billion.
And Sub-Saharan Africa received $6 billion of that, while Southern and Central Asia got $4.6 billion.
Most of that funding went to public administration, environment, and energy sectors, totaling $9.3 billion.
Providing for citizens is challenging, especially with tariffs and production costs in the way.
Development assistance helps eliminate those barriers, promoting global collaboration.
And we can't forget about the need for better data and monitoring to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals.
For sure, countries need an action plan, and to understand their current status.
Statistical research and data collection, like population censuses, are key for that.
During 2006 to 2015, 90% of countries conducted at least one population and housing census.
Who and what are affected?
Have you noticed how many different groups are impacted by sustainable development challenges?
Absolutely. Governments and organizations are at the forefront, needing to establish priority areas and action plans.
Right, and they need to understand who's already working in these areas to make their efforts more effective.
Exactly. Funding and program support are crucial for enhancing research and evaluation.
And then there's the issue of gender equality. It's essential for achieving all the Sustainable Development Goals.
True, but women often face barriers in participating in programs meant to benefit them. Did you know only 5% of foreign aid focused on gender equality as a principal objective from 2012 to 2013?
That's shocking. Plus, only 1/3 of countries have an office for gender statistics.
Yes, understanding data on gender is vital to define priorities for gender equality, like access to clean water for women.
And let's not forget the private sector's role. They can significantly support sustainable development through donations.
Absolutely. Companies need to evaluate their impact and take necessary actions for equality and sustainability.
Public-private partnerships are essential in achieving the global goals by 2030.
Indeed, collaboration across sectors is key to making real progress in sustainable development. What needs to be done?
Have you noticed how countries are developing national plans to support the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030?
Yes, it's fascinating. Each country has its own starting point, but they all aim for a shared vision.
Exactly. For instance, Sweden is leading the way by signing an international cooperation agreement to enhance workers' rights in the textile industry, aligning with Goal 8 for decent work.
That's a great example. It shows how national initiatives can contribute to global goals.
And it's not just about individual countries. Collaboration is key. The Global Partnership for Sustainable Development Data is working to connect governments, NGOs, and businesses to share crucial data.
Right. This data helps identify trends and barriers, making it easier to find funding opportunities for sustainable programs.
Plus, using technology like satellites to monitor agriculture or citizen engagement tools for sanitation can empower governments to include everyone in their development efforts.
Absolutely. Engaging at the community level is essential. It helps build capacity and increase participation in sustainable programs.
And when communities get involved, they can hold governments accountable for their commitments to the global goals.
Collaboration between governments is crucial too. Sharing resources and activities can lead to achievements that one country alone might struggle with.
Finding programs that have strong social and financial benefits can align stakeholders towards a common vision for development.
It's inspiring to see how collective efforts can lead to meaningful change by 2030.